Okay, so the second dungeon is a fairly ugly one. I believe the beginning parts can be very annoying. So I'm just thinking, so this is the Temple of Baa. And right now we have a few options. However, I'm gonna go ahead and rest here, get attacked by the skeletons for some reason. Thank you for that. Okay, so that was another unfortunate ambush. One thing to note is that if your characters are asleep, for some reason they still get the experience when other party members, you know, kill monsters. But that's fine. Okay, we didn't get ambushed that time. Let's just quick save a bit. So I'm gonna use these potions of extreme energy. It's gonna add plus 20 to all of our statistics. But it only lasts up until I go basically, you know, either rest or sleep or go to a different area. So that's why I slept in the beginning, and the reason why I want to do this is there's going to be a very annoying part here. Now I have no idea how you're supposed to figure out the door puzzle here, because you have these plaques and or signs, and every sign is a different like material. One is copper, one is lapis, and I think it's like a silver and gold one. And I have no idea how that's supposed to correspond to the way you're supposed to open these doors. If anyone knows, please tell me. But basically you're supposed to first touch the northern, then the eastern, then the western, and then the southern door. And if it's not in order, you basically get zapped. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm gonna do another quick save here. One thing to note, I'm gonna open this chest, and as soon as this chest opens, I'm gonna backtrack into the corner because there's a whole bunch of enemies spawned around us, as you can see. And the reason why I drank the potions is because, well, this is one of the few really annoying traps that this game can throw at you, because the skeleton lords are actually quite difficult to handle. And what's even worse is that they can actually curse you, and curses make you basically miss 50% of your spells. Okay, that's good. Now we have the acolytes. Okay, let's kill them. So we are actually now much stronger than we were the first time we tackled like the Iron Fist dungeon. Well, we really only tried one, but that one was actually a bit of a problem. And I'm just gonna backtrack, kill these skeleton lords a bit more safely. And yeah, as you can see, the potions are actually quite effective at this stage. Like, plus 20 to all of my stats at this stage in the game is super nice. Now, hopefully, I won't take too much damage from this first section of the game, so I won't need to rest. But one thing to note about potions is that if you go to the temple and heal up, they won't reset your potions. And you can just click on the statue to get another key. Basically what we're doing here is we are key hunting. And it's sort of like, I have a love-hate relationship with this dungeon, because I guess the puzzle and the key hunting is like super good. It's nothing special, but it's just, you know, a fun way to do a dungeon, I would say. I'll just pick up the items here. Or pick up the corpses, I should say. Because I need money. I don't think I'll get attacked again if I open the chest again. No, I didn't. Good. Now there are also 4 entrances, or like 4... What are these supposed to be? Like caverns and stuff? We don't actually need to go there. And I will probably avoid it because, well, there is no point in me going there. There's nothing much we can get there. Open this door with the character that has the keys on. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but my indicator went from green to yellow. That's because, well, we have another group of baddies gunning for us. We have resistance. Do we need resistance? We don't actually need resistance. If it was armor class, then I would have taken it, but resistance doesn't really help us. Oh, we should have went for Sword Master, but I'm gonna wait for Alexis to get, you know, enough skill points to get Master Sword. And all of our lovely stats. Okay. Let's do another Heroism and Bless combo. And the grooves these times are a bit smaller. Well, quite a bit smaller actually, and sort of easier to lure. So that first group, the one that ambushes you in the middle of the stage, is probably the worst one. Others, not really that much of a problem. But you'll have to sort of, you know, figure out your own way to deal with them. I prefer, if I'm not, you know, if I'm not confident, I prefer to just run to one side and that's it. And as you can see, I open another door and there are 2 more enemies spawning. Well, 2 more enemies already aggroed, but a few more of them already spawned. So that's pretty much the way this is gonna go. Wait, can I use these ultimate gauntlets on anybody? Of course I can. And I'm gonna use it on you. You have only normal gauntlets. That's surprising. Does anybody else need gauntlets? I don't think so. Nope. Everybody else has gauntlets. Okay. Let's aggro the next group. Sometimes these skeletons do get stuck behind like this sort of staircase or something down here. And then if you're lucky, you can sort of get them all on one side and they won't be able to reach you. Okay. Fabulous. Oh, I actually killed that skeleton lord somehow. I have no idea how. Go to the other side, open this door, make another group of enemies spawn. Oh, a champion sword. Nice, so we have 2 champion swords ready to go as our offhand weapon. I'm getting quite lucky with the... Oh, it's antique. You know what, I'm still gonna use it though. Wait, can anybody else use it better than you can? Yeah, of course. I'm gonna give it to Zoltan. It's antique, which means it sells for, you know, a lot of money. So it's kind of a bummer that we got that, but it could be worse. You know, it could be a useless one. Okay, next. So we are out of heroism, but we can cast another blast, I think. So let's do that. I'm trying to save up my my spell points just a bit. Oh my god, you're so annoying. These Acolyte type characters are kinda annoying, and the fact that they cast Lightning Bolt, which flies really fast, is doubly annoying. We just have 1 more room to go and then we can continue. There we go. The secret door key is what we were looking for. I don't think there's a faster way of grabbing this, you know, without glitching. And I'm not sure about the glitch part. Okay, we need to be careful not to get cursed. Because Roderick does not have very many spell points left. The ones that can curse you are just exclusively skeleton lords, so other things don't really pose a problem at this point. Okay, no enemies here. There is a treasure here. What is it? A purple potion. Okay, that's fine. A purple potion. Right. So we're done with the I'm gonna say the first sort of more difficult part. So we're gonna be clearing out the area in preparation for the second thing that we'll be doing. Like, you could actually avoid most of this second part by just running, but I kind of feel like, you know, actually doing it properly by clearing it out. And I'm trying not to abuse the rest mechanic too much. The rest mechanic, I mean, some people feel like the rest mechanic makes the game too easy. I prefer looking at it as, you know, a way to not have to backtrack every single time you know, you want to heal up. So I'm very much in favor of the rest mechanic, because you can basically use it if you want to and not use it if you don't want to. Okay. So our cleric is nearly down, but we killed quite a few of these strong ones, which is good. I think we only have one priest of Baa left, and most of the others are acolytes, so that's good. Let's try and do this safely by by strafing. I don't know if you can notice this on double speed, but the lightning bolts that the guys shoot fly out just a bit faster than the other spells. That was close. That's why I very much dislike even the basic ones, because the acolytes only shoot lightning bolts at you, or, you know, the lightning bolt themed spell or whatever, whereas the priests of Baa and the clerics of Baa also can shoot some different spells. I think it's like, it's not Mind Blast, I think it's Harm and Flying Fist. Okay, I can't go up because bad things happen if I go up and behind the altar. I'll see in a moment. But we cleared this out, which is what I wanted to do. I really wanted to clear out this room to make space for what's about to happen. Because it's not really a good thing. But there are ways of well, surviving and dealing with it. Okay, so I've picked up all the corpses, well, most of the corpses in this room. Okay, the rest was successful. Because now I do actually need the spell points. I'm gonna quick save here. And then I'm gonna grab the gong that's on the table here, or the altar here. I don't really need it, but nope, I'm gonna have to go around, which means if you pay attention, yeah, the gong, that was the gong sound. And as you can see, a whole bunch of skeleton lords and skeleton knights and skeletons actually spawn in this dungeon. So what we're gonna do is we are first going to aggro as much of them as we can. And if there are any that follow us into this place, we're actually going to shoot. But we're gonna take it slow, because like I said, there's a whole bunch of skeletons now in this room, as you can see. And if you have to deal with the skeletons and the priest, then that is just not good. Now, one thing to note, if there are too many enemies on the screen, I'm not exactly sure what the limit is. You'll see that only a couple of them are moving down here, near me. So I'm gonna take this moment to shoot all the other enemies that aren't moving. It's gonna make it a lot easier to survive later on. Because, you know, killing enemies equals experience, it equals gold, and if you can do it safely and fairly easily, it is a good thing. Okay, we can even kill this skeleton lord. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just hovering over an enemy and just, well, I don't need to now because I have no other enemies in vision, but I can still hit quite a few different enemies from here, as you can see. It's generally not necessary, there are other ways of doing it. For example, you can funnel the enemies. So this is the room that we're in. We just went here and over here. This is a secret door that we want to get to. But basically I'm shooting these guys around here. What you can also do is sort of funnel them here, where you can make full use of your spark spell. Sort of kill them, you know, one by one. But you will be in danger, you know, because it's more melee range and there's a bit more risk. However, it's still a very effective strategy if you want to go for it. Okay, and this is what we're here for, the Chime of Harmony. And I'll get the treasure room key. Great. Just normal pair of gauntlets and a sparkling ring. And that's it. Out of this place. So the rest of these skeletons we're gonna kill in this funnel here. Well, at least this group. And we are going to be... I'm gonna be using my my bows and my melee attacks until I get some more enemies here. And then I'm gonna be using sparks. I'm gonna do this a bit more slowly because the only enemies I'm really afraid of are these skeleton lords. There we go, they cursed Alexis. And if you get cursed, it's annoying because, well, sparks will miss. And I'm not sure, but I think if you get cursed, your melee attacks still have a 100% chance to hit. But if you're feared, it's basically like a curse for melee attacks. So even the skeleton knights are kind of bad for you. We're not going to be healing our fears. I don't even think I have remove fear. Oh, I do have remove fear, but it's not expert, so no, I need to be quick about healing it. However, the curses, absolutely have to heal that. There we go. The rest are not even a problem. So really, it's just the skeleton lords that are a problem and an issue. Another wizard eye, so we'll see where the enemies are. Just kill the rest. So in case you haven't noticed, the way these guys spawn, it was skeleton lords like in the area closest to the altar, then was skeleton knights, and then a group of skeletons behind that. And if you see the minimap with the corpses littered around, you can see it's like a it's basically like a pattern, right? They don't spawn in groups, they sort of spawn in like a very, very uniformly spread out pattern, which I don't know if it's good or bad, but it doesn't really matter. Anyways, you could opt to actually not fight in this room at all because it's very easy to dodge the enemies if you have access to the back passage. Trying to get out of this room if you don't have access to the back passage, though, is very annoying, and you do need the secret door key that was the last key that we picked up when we were going for the chests in the first area of this dungeon. Okay, and I killed a lot of skeleton lords here, which is good. So there are tricks like this that you can use to, you know, make the game easier for you. Because, well, the game is, like, it doesn't really hold your hand. But that's why we love it. Okay. This is a treasure room. A completely optional room that I nevertheless suggest you use. And I forgot to... I forgot to mention it, but when I was running towards this place, I hit spacebar on this, near this torch, basically. If you click on it, you get 5,000 gold. It's like a secret area, I guess. And if you don't want to fight these monsters here, you can basically aggro most of them by going to one or the other side. There you can see the torch is sort of marked here. And then just, you know, jump across and get out safely. And that pretty much ends this dungeon, like the main part of it. Oh, excuse me, Skeleton Knight. I didn't realize you were there. I'm just gonna wait for this fireball. Go. There we go. Now we can go to these areas and kill some more monsters, which I am actually gonna do, because most of them are easy. Like, these rooms aren't a problem. They're filled with spiders and skeletons, which aren't a problem at this point, and I can just safely sort of go up here. There we go. I'm not really as afraid of these guys as I was of the other big room full of enemies. I should really be using my other spells as well, but it's okay. Okay, as you can see, not really a problem. But these like rooms will be filled with a mixture of 3 different enemy types. The spiders, the skeletons, and the priests. And really the only rooms that are annoying are the ones that are filled with priests. And you get a lot more of these giant spider types. A lot more than you did in the Abandoned Temple in Usorpigal, by the way. So it is a harder dungeon. Ooh, a 2-handed sword. Does it make sense for me to use this? No, it doesn't, because I get a lot more bonus to hit. What about Alexis, though? You know, I think it's better if I use this champion sword with her. It is, actually. Like, it is stronger. So we're gonna switch out the axe that she has and use the sword because, well, it will hit faster. Wait, can I remove your fear? No, I can't. But that's okay. Like, fear gets removed as soon as you rest anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay. But as you can see, if you just take this room slowly, not really a problem. I'm not even using spells because the enemies here don't have a very high amount of armor class. Oh, and one thing to note, I don't have my potion effects anymore. So I do hit less often, even with bows, because I don't have as much accuracy as I did. But, you know, I still hit pretty often. I have decent enough bows and decent enough accuracy to be able to hit these guys quite consistently. Okay, got 1 food. Okay. Do you have expert perception? Yes, you do. Very nice. Okay, so let's see. These barrels. Okay, steaming brew, magical brew, and steaming brew. Oh, these things all give me resistance. And I really just want to give resistances to my cleric, because I kind of feel like that for now she is the most important character that we have. Even though the archer and the sorcerer really pack the most punch in a way, if push comes to shove, we need somebody to heal us, and that is the cleric, of course. Okay, so the second room, we got spiders in here. Anything else? No, just spiders, actually. That's strange. Not that I mind, because they're the weakest of the enemies in this dungeon. And it's gonna be useful to clear them out, just to get some more resistances, some more experience. Ooh, whole bunch of spiders. Need to recast Wizard Eye, so I know where these guys are approaching me from. And excellent. So there's gonna be a whole bunch of them coming up here. Might as well use a few sparks. Luckily I have Cure Poison now, which I am absolutely gonna be using, because this is what poison does as well. Like my might just tanks, and you can see I'm gonna give you a demonstration of how important stats are in the early game. So this is pretty much my damage and everything without pretty much any stats. I have 118 recovery time, I deal plus 12. I have plus 12 to hit, and I deal 8 to 14 damage. Now let me just heal up the poison, and you can see that I basically gain a plus 4 to hit, but I gain a massive plus 9 to my damage that I deal. And that is, you know, that is important. What about the recovery time? It even improved the recovery time a bit, which means it also improved the armor class, because speed also has, like, it gives you a bit of armor class as well. So it's really not unimportant, right, is my point. these basic debuffs like poison and disease, like you really should, you know, get them pretty much taken care of as soon as possible. Because in the early game, when you are relying on a lot on your bows, on your melee combat, having somebody that's diseased or poisoned can be basically just tank your damage up. And if they're poisoned or diseased, if you rest, they actually won't get 100% of their health and mana back, which is another thing you have to be careful of. You pretty much get, I think if you're poisoned you get like 20%, and if you're diseased you get like 10%. It's like ridiculous. Like you get almost nothing back. And it's health and mana. Okay, we only have oh no, we do have some clerics here, there we go. Okay. So this room is going to be a little bit more annoying, but if we can just clear out the spiders first and then deal with the ranged priests, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'm trying to conserve my spell points a bit. Cast one more wizard eye. I don't see any priests on this side, so I'm gonna go around here. Try and take care of most of the spiders first. So then I can just easily strafe and get rid of the priests. There we go. So whenever I am doing this, I'm actually not mashing my keyboard, because the inputs sort of stay. Basically what I'm doing is I'm holding control to strafe left or right, and after that I basically just press the A key and keep it pressed down. If I don't make any other inputs, the game will automatically attack as soon as I can. I don't know if that's like intended or anything, but it's very useful to do if you want to just play the game in a chill way, I guess. You don't need to mash. However, if I depress my A key, or if I do any other sort of movement, I still need to press the A key again, right? So here I'm keeping my A down. And if I make any other changes, like use a new button, then I have to press the A key down again. I don't know if my explanation is any good, but it's just something that, you know, I didn't really explain in the beginning with mechanics. There's a whole bunch of, well, quote-unquote things that you can do in this game. Some of them logical, some of them not logical, some of them may be intended, some of them may not be intended. But that is basically a thing that happens, right? So okay, we just have one more section to do, and I think it's gonna be filled with skeletons and the priests of Baa. There we go, skeletons are there. I don't see any priests for now, at least. I'm gonna go for another heroism here. Okay, that's good. And bless. Okay, we absolutely do have priests. Oh no, I need to get up to the ledge. If I'm not on the ledge, I keep like sliding down, which can be a problem. Because I can't move while I'm in turn-based mode. Only they can move. I mean, you can sort of turn around, but you can't really move. However, if you are on a slope, you sort of slide down in turn-based mode. I have no idea why that's a thing. So I'm gonna aggro all the skeletons and then go back in this area. Doesn't kill them much easier when I'm in here. Okay. There's a single skeleton. Nope, it's not a skeleton. Okay, let's kill these. Oh no! They sort of knocked Zoltan unconscious, but they should be mostly dead. There we go. And I don't think there's any other acolytes here, which is good. That means I can sort of kill these guys.
That was too easy.
So yes, bows absolutely necessary in any Might and Magic game. Because you can conserve your spell points for you know, more difficult sort of fights. Okay. Let's pick up the corpses. And this is the last room. This is the entirety of the... well, Temple of Baa here in Iron Fist. And I generally don't do these 4 rooms because you don't have any chests in it. However, the cauldrons that give you magic resistance can turn out to be quite valuable. But since I'm here... let me just find food here, okay. I'm gonna save here. I've cleared out the entirety of this dungeon, as you can see. What I'm gonna do is I have both Cure Disease and Cure Poison, so... okay, we have nothing here. Wait, can I? No. Do I need to check with my... I wonder if I need to check with my Perception character. Oh, I actually got... no! I actually got ambushed there. That's fine. Okay, so I'm just testing this because I'm not sure if I... okay, there's nothing here. Ah, I did find like a very, very basic long dagger. But at least I'm not getting poisoned, so... what about this? Skull Pile of Insanity. Okay, maybe I can actually get some stuff here off of these things with my Perception character. This is a new thing for me. I don't generally do this. Okay, so it turns out I can actually touch these piles with somebody that has Perception on it, and I don't get the well, the bad the debuff, I guess, but still get items. So I'm just gonna do a quick rummage through the trash piles. I wonder if Perception has any influence on what sort of item you actually get, or like what level of item you get, because for now we seem to only really be getting very basic items. I didn't drink from that one. So the skull piles obviously have spells in them. Wait, did we go clockwise or counterclockwise? We went I think we went clockwise, actually. So we're going the right way. We haven't checked this out. Okay. Another dagger, which is nice. Okay, there we go. So you learn something new about the game every day. I didn't know that you can both dodge the effects of... well, traps, I guess, that these set pieces have on them, and get an item. This is the first time that I'm actually doing this. I used to avoid this because otherwise you just get diseased or poisoned or cursed or whatever the hell they do. For example, this one makes you weak. But yeah, this is a new thing. Okay, well, we have some spells now. We got one enchant item. I wonder if I can use it on my weapons. Let's check. Let's try and enchant this. Ha! I can actually. And it's a hammer of poison. Okay, that's good. That's interesting. Because most of the time that wouldn't work. Well, that can be interesting to note, actually. So now we're done with this dungeon. We only have one more dungeon here in Castle Iron Fist that we will be doing at this point. We will be coming to Castle Iron Fist later on, however, because we have 2 more dungeons in this area after this one. But first things first, we need to go train